Good day, viewers. You are welcome back to Tindanious Maths and Science tutorials. We are going to start a very new topic, okay, under factorial concept, okay. Because our main aim is to tackle probability and statistics. All right, good. So we are going to start with permutations. Now, when we say permutations, what comes into mind? One application of this factorial concept, okay, is that it is applicable or it is mostly used in combinatorics. All right, so it's just the matter of you counting numbers. That's simply the combinatorics we are talking about. All right, good. So permutations here has to do with, arrangement of items. Okay, so here we are going to arrange given set or number of items, and now the arrangement can be done in two main ways. So we have the straight, okay, the straight. You can arrange the object or the items in a straight line or in a straight form or in a linear form. Okay, so when you do the arrangement in a linear form, that's what we call linear permutation. So linear permutation. And two, the arrangement can be done in a circular form. Okay, so we have the circular form, and that's what we call the cyclic permutation. So the cyclic permutation. So it's from the word pen. All right, good. So permutation. So here we are doing the arrangement of the object or the items, but we are taking into account the arrangement. Okay, so the arrangement has to be done in a given order. Do you get it that way? So here we are going to arrange the items in a definite order. So if you arrange the object in a manner where the order, okay, how they are arranged, the order doesn't matter to you, that's what we call combination. So here, combination is just the process of arranging items in a given order. Is that also? That is what we call permutation. So viewers, so let's say if I have a number of items called A and another item called B, so I have two different items or objects over here. So now, how do I arrange this? So I can say, okay, I can say A and and B, right? I can also say B and and A. So the number of ways you can arrange these items A and B, there are how many ways? Two different ways. I have A, B, and I have B, A. That's what we call permutations, right? Good. Now, let's say if you have A, B, and C, how many ways can we arrange this? So I have A, B, and C, right? Then I have A, C, and B. Then what do we have again? We have B, C, and A, right? Then we have C, A, and B. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's see here. So here we have B, A, and C. Is that also? Then what do we have again? We have so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what else do we have here? So I can say, okay, I have A, then I have C, then I have B. Yes. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and and 6. So okay, so the number of ways you can arrange these three items equals 6. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? You have A, B, C, A, C, B, BCA, CAC, we have BAC, and I have ACB. Oh, viewers, okay. I can see ACB here, right? And I have ACB here, right? So we can say, so we can see here and BA, right? CB, then A. Do you have anything that way? Alright, so this is the sixth one. So this is what we call what? Permutations. You are arranging the items, but you are taking into consideration the orderly what? Way to arrange them. That is simple, the whole concept behind what? Permutations, right? Good. So now viewers, so we have another way you can calculate for the number of ways, alright, without necessarily doing this brainstorming, doing calculation, becoming confused at a point in time, right? Go. So viewers, now so now the permutation, okay, so permutation, I saying we are arranging items, okay, in a given order, okay, in a straight line, okay, taking into an account the order, how they are arranged matters to us. So right now, so I can say that the number of ways to arrange objects in a straight line is given by n permutation r. So n permutation r equals n factorial, and we know what n factorial means from our previous lecture videos, okay? Then all over, then you subtract this from that. So we have what? N minus r, then all factorial, as simple as that. So this means we are doing the arrangement of the items in a straight line, in a linear way, okay, taking into account the order of arrangement. Okay, so we said what? So n permutation r, okay, is given by n factorial over n minus r or factorial. Alright, so here we are arranging n number of items, okay, taking at a time r. So this is the r, okay, so very soon you'll be able to distinguish between this n and the r, okay. So we are arranging some number of items taking at a time r, okay, without repetition. We have permutations with repetitions, and we have permutations without repetition or restrictions. So we are going to dive into those aspects, okay? Good. So where n, okay, is greater than or equal to r, and r is greater than or equal to 0. Alright, okay, for this equation, okay, to make sense, okay, to be valid, then n should be greater than or equal to r, and this r should be greater than or equal to 0. So example, if I have, let's say, 3 permutation 2, okay, so this is given by what? The first number on top, which is n, so you have 3 factorial, then all over, then the difference, you subtract r from n. So you see r from n. So I have what? 3 minus these 2. Then what? All factorial. So I have what? 3 factorial, then over what? 1 factorial. Right? So I have, we already know that 3 factorial is equal to what? 3, then times 8 degenerate, right? So 3 times 2, then times 1. Then you stop at that point. Then all over, 1 factorial is the same as 1. So 1 cancels 1. So therefore, 3 by 2 gives what? 6. So therefore, 3 permutation 2 equals 6. As simple as that. So if you have, let's say 5, then permutation, let's say 3. Alright, so this is the same as what? When you evaluate this, you have what? 5 factorial, then all over what? The difference. You subtract this from that. So I have 5, then minus 3. All factorial. So therefore I have what? 5 factorial, then all over this minus this, we have what? 2. Then factorial. So remember, factorial division, how to divide factorials, right? We said that. So we have 5 times what? 4, right? Then times 3 times 2 times 1. Is that also? You multiply it by 8 degenerates, you get 1. Then all over, you also evaluate this. 2 factorial means 2, then times 1. Right? 2 cancels 2, 1 cancels 1. Right? So 5 for, you have what? 20, right? So you have 20 times 3, which is equal to what? 60, right? So therefore, 5 permutation 3 is equal to what? 60, right? As simple as that. So let us talk about the properties of permutations, all right?